Yo, what's going on, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at more creepy and strange TikToks.
Can anyone tell me why all of these celebrities were seen wearing boots that were concealing an ankle monitor? Why would they do that? If their right ankle is broken, why would you see them the next day wearing the boot on their left leg? Doesn't make any sense. Unless they were forced to do this as a part of an optics operation to tell the public indirectly that they had been captured and they had to capitulate to whatever organization had caught them for the crimes that they committed. And they had to wear these ankle monitors that would follow them everywhere they went until they eventually got sent to a prison over maybe in Guatemala. So I think that I am finally able to talk about this now. Whenever I did post about this before, it would get taken down. But this is called the Q boot. There's a whole diagram showing exactly what it is, but all these actors, these people who were involved in Pizzagate had to wear this way back in 2020 and before that when they got caught for the crimes that they committed. So they had to wear this to conceal an ankle monitor so it wouldn't ruin their reputation, it wouldn't make the whole population of the world go crazy, and it would just keep things the same as they always were for a few years until over time people were able to learn the truth and not kill themselves basically over the horrifying things that they found. It had to be a slow, gradual process. If it wasn't like this, people would have been going, the population just would not have been able to survive hearing about the Epstein files way back in 2020 or before that. It had to be 2026. Otherwise, people wouldn't have been able to handle it. And I mean, it's literally every celebrity. And if you dig deep enough, you'll find in the Epstein files that most of these people have been mentioned in there, and they all had to wear these boots to track them wherever they went, and also send a message to you, the public, that they had been captured. Do you get what is going on here? It's the art of war. The operation had to be this way. The underground branch of the military could not have done it any other way, otherwise it would have caused too much chaos.
Sometime in October.
Yo, the boot club. I would have never even thought about that, but like, it is weird seeing everybody in Hollywood almost in a boot. I ain't never been in a boot. You been in a boot? But they all been in a boot.
Of 2011, shortly after signing to Polo Grounds Music, Rocky appeared on BET, and out the gate, the label had that boy on those humiliation rituals. As you can see here, he is legitimately rocking a female dress, and he tried to cover it up with a long peacoat, only to get called out by a bunch of blogs, with people way back then suspecting that it was some kind of Illuminati ritual shit. However, ASAP tried to save face by saying he was wearing an oversized t-shirt, and his was long sleeve. It still really didn't do him any favors.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess you could say ASAP wasn't lying when he said,
"Clothes get weird up, money get longer.
Nigga, you gay.
In 2013, ASAP released his official debut studio album titled Long Live ASAP on January 15th. The single for the album was accompanied by a music video where ASAP is seen in that black and white aesthetic while walking on a checkerboard floor, which again is a nod to the Freemasons. Now what's interesting is a year before ASAP's debut studio album, his father Adrian Myers died at the young age of 40 due to pneumonia. Unfortunately, not much other details are to be found online regarding this story, but this does remind me of the DaBaby scenario where his dad died shortly before his debut studio release. Then there's also the classic Kanye West example of his mother Donda dying shortly after the release of his fourth album Graduation, and the trend just seems to be consistent.
My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand? Yeah.
I even just talked about it on my last video about Jennifer Hudson. Mind you, there's even more examples beyond all of that, but also after the artist suffers a major loss, they are granted more fame, riches, and success, and this is the classic Faustian bargain scenario. Now it's 2 years later in 2015, and ASAP was gearing up to drop another album in May, but unfortunately, just 18 days into the year, Rocky and the ASAP mob suffered a damning loss to the group, as their founder, creative visionary, and manager, Steven Rodriguez, better known to the world as ASAP Yams, died due to a supposed accidental drug overdose in his Brooklyn apartment at the age of 26. The news sent shockwaves within the hip-hop community at the time, as Yams was a key figure in the collective and was very recognizable, being the only Dominican/Puerto Rican member in the squad, as well as that reddish-purple, infamous birthmark under his right eye. Well, there are a few things to point out about his death, first being the date he died, January 18th, the date written 1/18, like the number 118. The word death in the Latin cipher equals 118. Note, ASAP Yams spelled accordingly, remember symbols don't count, holds the value of 113, this matching with his supposed cause of death being an overdose in the same cipher. Typically, a sacrifice will occur shortly before or after an artist is gearing up for something big. This is because of the energy they harvest from said sacrifice, as well as the fact that they have their obligations for the Faustian bargain. You must be willing to give up something of supreme moral or spiritual importance in return for power, fame, and wealth. By no surprise, ASAP Yams died exactly 107 days after ASAP's 26th birthday. Note, ritual sacrifice equals 107. So following the death of ASAP Yams, ASAP Rocky's album At Long Last ASAP ultimately became a tribute album for Yams, released on the 26th of May. Remember, Yams died at the age of 26, and Rocky was also 26 at the time as well. Note the album dedicated to the late ASAP Yams, released exactly 130 days before ASAP Rocky's 27th birthday. Here you can see Rocky's full name equals 130, which matches with the phrase human sacrifice, which ASAP Yams likely was for ASAP's career to continue flourishing. One of the ASAP mob members by the name of ASAP Ant did an interview with DJ Vlad where he stated, quote, "I just want to clear it up for real. It ain't no overdose. People stop saying overdose because that's not what it is. It's not an overdose."
7 Dragon Balls are not objects. They are locations. They are the 7 major chakras of the human energy body, scattered and buried within you. The hunt is the journey of awakening. You must traverse your own inner world, the forests of confusion, the oceans of emotion, the deserts of will, to find and activate each one. And the dragon, Shenron, that is Kundalini, the cosmic serpent, the sleeping Naga power at the base of your spine. When you gather all 7 chakras, when you achieve alignment, you summon the dragon, you awaken the serpent, and it rises to grant the deepest wish of your soul, to become what you truly are, a super sapien. But every legend has a villain, and in this story, the villain is not a monster, it's a system. Enter Frieza, the galactic emperor, the tyrant who owns planets, who sees living beings as property, who fears the legend of the Super Saiyan above all else. Frieza is not a person. Frieza is the archetype of the material ruler, the demiurge, the lord of the physical realm who believes the universe is his to own, trade, and exploit. His fear is precise. The Super Saiyan, the awakened human, is the one being he cannot own, because the Super Saiyan's power comes from within. It is sovereign. It answers to no external authority. Frieza's entire empire is built on external control. Armies, technology, fear. The Super Saiyan's power is internal sovereignty, spirit, energy, will. This is the war. External authority versus internal awakening. The Frieza force is every system that profits from keeping your Dragon Ball scattered, your chakras blocked, your Shenron asleep. So what is the ultimate wish? It is not for riches or power. Those are Frieza's wishes. The true wish, when all 7 are gathered and the dragon rises, is for remembrance, for the integration of...
Y'all watch Dragon Ball Z? I'm gonna say this: Dragon Ball Z is the best anime show of all time. Period. It's all type of hidden gems in Dragon Ball Z. Super Sapiens, though. I'm trying to be a Super Sapien out here. Gotta get those chakras aligned.
The Epstein files dropped on January 30th, and within 1 week, 6 different countries suddenly announced cancer cures. That's not a coincidence.
January 30, 2026, Epstein files released. February 3-7, 2026, Spain, China, Cuba, Russia, Japan, and Australia all announced breakthrough cancer treatments at the exact same time. The U.S. withdrew from the WHO on January 22nd, and suddenly cures appear everywhere.
Wait, so for decades we had no cancer cures. Then the Epstein files exposed big pharma connections, and suddenly everyone has cures.
Bill Gates was named in the Epstein files. Gates has massive investments in pharmaceutical companies and WHO funding. Within days of his name being exposed, countries start announcing treatments the WHO allegedly suppressed.
So you're saying they were hiding cancer cures to protect pharmaceutical profits?
Look at the timing. Pancreatic cancer vaccine, 60 to 80% success rate in trials. Colorectal cancer immunotherapy breakthroughs. Russian mRNA cancer vaccine. All announced in a 7...
It's crazy listening to Family Guy say all this stuff. Like, who put this video together and put all the characters together?
Day window after Epstein files drop.
But couldn't this just be coincidental timing with World Cancer Day on February 4th?
That's the cover story, but ask yourself, why did countries wait until after the U.S. left the WHO to announce these? Social media exploded saying America has been holding back development for years to please pharmaceutical giants.
So the WHO was the gatekeeper preventing cures from being released.
Gates funded the WHO. Gates is named in Epstein files, meeting with him multiple times. Gates has billions invested in big pharma. Now that he's exposed and the U.S. left WHO, suddenly the floodgates open with cancer breakthroughs.
You're connecting Epstein to cancer suppression through Bill Gates and the WHO?
The conspiracy theory writes itself. Keep people sick, sell them expensive treatments forever, make billions. Cure them once, you lose the customer. Epstein's blackmail kept this system protected.
So Epstein wasn't just trafficking, he was blackmailing people to maintain control over entire industries?
After the release of the Epstein files, what Roseanne Barr said suddenly doesn't sound so crazy anymore.
You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true. Everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up.
People going crazy. Think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't recommend checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in a downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. Can Blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible, if the main house is not enough. Are there any recorded images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all? No, there are no recorded or publicly known images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky. Who sends beef jerky to a lab for analysis? Wait, what? I was looking for the beef jerky as I knew it was in my suitcase, and I thought that maybe I left it on the beach, only to find a small plastic bag near my dog's bed. I'll email Francis to make us some more, as I need 6 to 8 ounces to send to the lab, and I'll forward to Francis the info to send to the lab directly. Guys, I think something's going on. What's this here? Commercial? Apparently it's his last girlfriend who's active on Twitter right now. Check the mail. Names for hers again. Oh boy, oh boy. People are saying this is Jeffrey Epstein's last girlfriend. And this is the same name as inside of the files, and her name change hasn't occurred since 2017, before the files released. After years of silence, the truth. Jeffrey was innocent. Really? Like, he just a good boy? He didn't do nothing wrong? Trapped by powerful people who silenced him. I was his last confidant, and I have the evidence that they're still hiding. I'm not suicidal, just in case. You'll know the whole truth soon. They sacrificed children to Lucifer. It's an entire cult. Jeffrey got involved in their operation for financial reasons and to obtain Combraprat, but never participated in the rituals. Oh, what is this here? I'll pull this one up and see it. That's crazy. She cooked in the brain? Maybe. She ate the brain? Yeah, maybe she did. Wire transfer request form. A 65-gallon Guys, 655-gallon sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance charge? They are dissolving bodies.
And now with the Forerunner Chronicles, and right now we're in downtown Toronto on Yonge and Davenport, and as you can see, I'm in front of a Masonic temple. But that's not all it is. Check this out.
Crazy, right?
As you can see, this Masonic temple is actually MTV Studio. MTV Studios actually bought this Masonic temple to shoot programming in here. And this is just additional information to help you understand everything that we've been talking about in the videos, how they actually try to tap into this occult power so that they can influence our minds with this media. That's what's going on right here behind us at this MTV Studio building, which is nothing more than a Masonic temple. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. This thing is serious.
This used to be Bad Bunny before P. Diddy. Okay. But then came the diddler. They got him.
You gotta see the alignment for even with content creators and who they're aligning with. Mr. Beast, he just aligned with the Rockefellers. What type of move is that?
What kind of shit is going on?
So we're talking a guy named Mr. Beast.
Beast System.
Who is aligning with the Beast System. So get this, two things. Mr. Beast gets with Rockefeller and he is doing charity work. Now he's over there helping people in Africa, kids and all this stuff with the Rockefeller Foundation. Now two things. For one, have you guys seen his food line, Feastables?
Yeah. Mr. Beast?
Yes, Mr.
Nah,
Beast.
break it down.
Okay, so there is a particular, I believe is a Sour Patch brand in Feastables. If you look on the bag, it has these little swirlies. Now, what does it look like?
The PDF file symbol, right?
The PDF file symbols that came from the FBI raid disclosure that they have in 07. Showing the triangles, swirls, looks exactly like it. That's one. Now you're helping kids in Africa. Weird, but also the fact that you're teaming up with Rockefeller, they, for one.
That can never be good.
Yeah, that can never be good. Let's run down real quick who they are. They funded the school system.
Oh, the original indoctrination camp.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that they funded the school system and they got the idea from war-torn Europe, from Stalin, to indoctrinate kids, because whenever they had a war, guess what? Now you have a bunch of indoctrinated kids ready to go to war because you've been in school for 8 hours a day telling them propaganda. The fact that this guy who plays Squid Games with people, look at all his games. He has Squid Game types of content all the time. But tell me why. Mr. Beast, his grandfather worked for Raytheon. Oh shit. Who are they? Raytheon is one of the biggest contractors for the military on Earth.
Wow, these people got government ties.
So you have a military contract defense company that is the biggest in the military. You have to look at pattern recognition. Who else is part of the government that's in either tech or content or people who are aligning with these people? Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah.
His grandfather is one of the founders of DARPA. Once you start to put the pieces together, you're like, wait a minute, you aren't really who you say you are.
Yeah, you're not self-made. You ain't get it out the mud.
Seems like it.
You ain't get out the mud, buddy.
Who are these people for real?
It was a major and unnecessary disruption, one that has not occurred since 9/11.
This is a temporary flight restriction, a TFR. You can see it's centered around the entire city of El Paso right there, El Paso International Airport. 10 miles, that ring. It went up to 18,000 feet. Also inside, notice this is Fort Bliss right here, which is one of the Army's largest military bases there. Now, as written, this notice would have halted most takeoffs, most landings for up to 10 days in El Paso. So what's the deal? NBC News is now reporting that the restriction was tied to military testing near Fort Bliss, testing that was supposed to be designed to counter drones, potentially including cartel-operated drones near the border with Mexico. That testing reportedly involves high-energy laser systems. But sources say there may have been some miscommunication, maybe even a disagreement between the Defense Department and the FAA about whether that testing could interfere with civilian air traffic. So they wanted to deconflict the airspace. They simply closed it until the FAA could get some more details and information and make sure it wouldn't cause a problem. The result, though, is what you're seeing here. Confusion at the airport. Passengers showing up, flights grounded, 14 flights were canceled. City leaders in El Paso say they were blindsided. They also said the FAA needs to improve communication.
Y'all think it was because of testing? Or was there something else going on? Was there something else in the sky? They didn't want planes to go up there and see. What do you guys think, man? Let me know. Chipotle CEO claims the majority of their customers make over $100K a year and will now cater to that lifestyle. Just say less food per order. I mean, dang, Chipotle. Oh, snap, what's going on? Dang.
A plane just crashed on the road.
Oh.
A plane just crashed
on the road.
We gotta be living in a simulation. Because why did I just find out there are real life superheroes running around? You heard what I just said? They have real life superheroes. Superman, Batman type shit running around. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
Hey guys,
nah,
I'm
look.
Red Ranger, one of the Emerald City Heroes organization, and I am one of the Seattle superheroes.
Red Ranger.
And I've been doing this about 12 years, since 2013. What we're out here to do, we're out here to help people. So we're out here looking for
Where we at right now?
Safety checks. We hand out supplies, care packages. We also do our best to fight crime when we see it, keep people safe, keep people protected. So you know how it is when the city calls, Echo answers. Y'all take care, stay safe as always. We'll see you in the streets.
You have a superhero named Skyline in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's crazy. We got real vigilantes out here, yo. I'm about to give me a suit too, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be one of the Rangers, man. I don't know which color I want to be though, man. I don't know which Ranger I would be. What y'all suggest? Yo, if that ain't the dumbest thing I done seen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They put it in bread to make it.
Nature's own,
Yeah.
100% whole wheat. Okay, contains wheat and soy. Okay, those are the main ingredients. Whole wheat flour, enzymes, monocalcium, monoglycerides. Monoglycerides is pork. You're eating pork and nature's own 100% whole wheat bread.
What?
So even though it says 100% whole wheat, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's pork free.
Dang, Porky. It's the 90s and you want to try to escape the Yeti. Yo, old school games was different, man. The computer, when it first came out, it was just different. Especially if you were like a kid. Definitely a different time. Discord gets a new CEO, starts acquiring your biometric data. The CEO is literally from Israel. Yo. Maybe because someone said they've been time traveling within equatorial sundial. Well, that's pretty cool. Shout out to Cartoon Network. That's all I watched as a kid. You awake yet?
Believe me, AI is about to take over this whole entire world. So you know Shallow Hill, the WWE wrestler, the guy that got the blood-stained shoes in the mail from the dark web, the guy that continuously shows people how wicked the dark web is. He might have just invented one of the best AI security systems ever. And this shit is on point. You try and break in his house, you might get your ass locked up. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Okay, I think I just invented the best security camera in the world. It's just a little Bluetooth speaker, a webcam, and a Raspberry Pi with an AI model told to convince people not to break into that door. Okay, I'm gonna pretend to be a burglar.
Shit is crazy. That shit is
Smile.
crazy.
You're on camera.
Wow, it's actually really fast.
For real though. You know I can see you, right?
Yeah.
Also, who are you talking to?
Okay, can you hear me too? I forgot.
I can whisper too.
That's crazy.
I see you're recording me. So we are both recording each other. Great. Then let's both agree not to do anything we wouldn't want to be sent to the police. There's a pit bull sleeping on the other side of that door, you know.
That shit says, smile, you're on camera. You know I can see you, right? The security system is having an actual conversation with this man. Like an actual rebuttal for everything that this man said. Went to a couple other videos of his. This man is about to teach this AI how to shoot a bow and arrow. Teach this AI how to use mace. I bet y'all think twice before you go into somebody's house. AI is about to take over. And AI don't got human sympathy. Pay attention.
I don't know if I want an AI security system or not, yo. I mean, it sounds cool, but then again, it's like, it's AI. The whole Lorax is in the Epstein files. Wow. See, it's always something in the sky. Sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. But we can never make out what it is exactly.
That's not. Oh, it's moving. It's moving.
Oh,
Zipped under the clouds there. Did you see it?
whoa.
Aye, another one just can't tell where it's coming from. It's too low. That shadow's all wrong. Listen to that sound. It's still.
That ain't real. That can't be real. I think that's fake.
Y'all look close. Y'all tell me what's wrong with this picture right here. Once again, like I said, I don't think there ain't nobody that they ain't touched yet. Hollywood stage, Truman Show. Once again, all actors. Tell me what y'all think.
I do look like a completely different person. Not gonna lie, man. I look like a whole different person.
You see all these CEOs panicking after those files drop. And if you think they're scared now, wait until February 9th when Ghislaine Maxwell testified. So the CEO of Chuck E. Cheese, David McKillop, stepped down from his position. A position that he had for 6 years. A position where he just kicked his feet up and did nothing. The timing is raising eyebrows because his name allegedly appears in those Epstein files. A high-level name intersects with anything tied to Epstein, even loosely. You already know what people are going to start to think. You all know the reputation Jeffrey Epstein had. And usually birds of a feather flock together. If you jump down that rabbit hole, Chuck E. Cheese is a place that specializes in pizza. And if you know what I know, I don't even have to tell you what that means. The things that they were saying wasn't true. If you look in those files, those things are true. Just randomly, after 3 million documents are released, the CEO who has the job of a lifetime decides to leave the job of a lifetime. I want you to tell me what that means. Because we've seen patterns like this before. Executives vanish quietly. Statements stay vague. Narratives move on before the public gets clarity. He's not going to be the only CEO that steps down. It's going to be more to come. Remember, they released 3 million files. 3 million more are still there. And Ghislaine Maxwell testifies on February 9th. I'm out.
What's up with these CEOs, man? I mean, there's a lot of people in those files. And I guess if you are going to step down, usually when you step down from a position, it's a reason behind that, it's because they don't want to fire you. They'll let you step down. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. And what's up with these people with the boots, the celebrities and the boots? I don't know. It's a lot of crazy, strange, creepy stuff going on in today's time. But yeah, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.